Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Robin. Today I'm on camera to share with you about concealing technique for blemish, because I think it's very convenient time for me to share with you how to conceal your blemishes and skin breakouts perfectly. I have blemish around here, some redness around here, and also some breakouts around here, and some discolorations around my nose and around my eye area. So it's a perfect time for me to demonstrate and resolve your makeup concern. First of all, this kind of redness here and redness around my nose and discolorations and under eye and these breakouts here, you'll need to know where exactly you need to conceal, because you cannot use a concealer on your entire face. If you do so, it's going to be looking very heavy and thick, and you're actually masking the skin, covering those good skins that are flawless, while you can keep everything looks as natural as possible and minimal. So whenever I do my makeup on my client or myself, I'll need to see how severe my discoloration or blemish are. For this kind of blemish around here and this breakout can be concealed by using a concealer. But if you have a very severe hyperpigmentations, then you probably want to use a concealer first and then foundation and concealer over it again. This step will help you control those flaws which you want to conceal. So concealer first to neutralize the color, foundation to balance the color, and concealer once again to conceal it perfectly. But this is not a must. You can of course apply foundation first and then concealer over it, but if you have very severe discolorations, I recommend that way. First, I'm going to start with foundation. I don't personally use full coverage foundation because they are most likely very heavy and thick looking on the skin. So today I'm going to mix two different foundation. First foundation is Laura Mercier Ultra Flawless Fusion Foundation, and the second foundation is NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. These two different formula and consistency will help me create a flawless skin. And if you have your own favorite foundation, then of course you don't have to mix these two different foundations. First, I'm going to start applying this cheek area all the way down to the chin, because this area, the skin layer is much thicker, so it can hold more makeup product. And I'm gently applying by using my finger, same on the other cheek, and then pat. And also when you apply foundation with a finger, you gotta be careful not to glide the finger over your face, but actually you keep patting and patting, so it can give you the most natural finish. And the moment you glide your finger over the face, you're actually emphasizing those pores and fine lines, which we want to hide today. Also include applying this eye area, and on the side of the face you can actually just lightly glide your finger, so you're actually fading this foundation away. And also go gently around those flaws. You can also use a ring finger because this finger has the least strength among 5 fingers. When you're applying foundation on your forehead, start applying from your eyebrow area, because most people has redness around the eyebrow. And on my nose I have some open enlarged pores. Then you can of course use your finger and go gently, almost you're lightly pressing, then just blend it away. And now foundation is on, and I'm going to use a brush to conceal the rest of my flaws. When the area is really small, then you can use a pinpoint concealer brush, like this kind of point brush, or you can use very small brush like this. But if the area is really large, then you can of course use more larger brush. This is more for detailed area, and this brush is even more for wider area, such as your side of the face or your forehead. To conceal this blemish here, I'm going to use a NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This concealer is my all-time favorite, and I'm gonna use this leftover foundation and this concealer. I'm gonna mix them together. So it's kind of finding my own balance between this foundation and concealer. The reason why I'm mixing these two different formula is because this concealer is actually very thick formula. So I'm actually kind of shear down the texture. So overall, when I apply this product on my face, it still looks very natural without looking prominent. So as you can see, I have concealed this blemish here, but I feel the color is a little bit light to be applied this area because it actually looks even more prominent, like I have a mole. And if this is the case, you can always utilize your contour color or contour stick. I'm gonna mix this contour cream from Fenty Beauty with this concealer, and I'm gonna take off this concealer right here because I don't want anything that is too thick and heavy. And now shade of concealer is more darker. Now it draws less attention than the previous color. Also, these flaws right here, I'll go back to the first concealer formula I have mixed earlier by using a same concealer brush. Undetectable, and I do have a little bit of a scar here over my eyebrow, so I can use this concealer to just conceal. And I can use a lighter color actually. And some of these breakouts are fully concealed by using a foundation shade earlier. And next I'm going to use this flat cut brush by using a same foundation and also same concealer, but lesser concealer than I used earlier. And I'm going to go around my eye area. I'm going to start from the lowest part of my under eye dark circle, and then gradually I'm going to work my way up to the inner corner of my eye. And many people try to conceal this inner corner of the eye or this entire lower eye so hard, but in fact that is unnecessary, and it actually makes the entire eye area looks more prominent. It draws more attention than what it's supposed to be. Also around the corner of my eye, I have some discoloration around the corner of my eyes. Some pigmentations there. And next I'm going to conceal this discoloration around my nose area. And you can really go slowly because nose has a lot of pores. Without using primer, if you use a right technique, you can really create a smooth looking skin. And I have some discoloration around here. Go slowly. You can just literally press the brush into your nose. And go gently blend them away. But of course, if you just wear full coverage foundation and full coverage concealer, all these techniques and steps will not be necessary, but of course your makeup looks very heavy and thick. And if you don't mind looking heavy and thick, then this is might not the video for you to watch. But if you want to really get the natural looking skin, then this is the video for you to watch. Also both my eyebrow bone here, taking away any redness or unnecessary colors on the face. So once your canvas is even, whatever color you put, it won't distract any. And next very important step, powders. You'll need to powder those areas where you put concealer earlier for them to stay put without budging. To set them, I'm going to use this Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and you can really pick up a lot of powders because what we need is long wearing concealer on those areas where I put earlier, and just literally place it over like this. Because if you conceal very well and powder it really lightly, then while you're buffing your face later by using a brush to apply blush or contour, they will move. They won't gonna stay here, but they're gonna be removed. So this is reason why you need to really powder them well for them to stay long for extremely longer. And once the concealer is completely set by using a powder, you can now set your entire face makeup by using this powder. To apply a powder, I'm going to use this NARS Mie Kabuki brush. And you can just lightly press and then roll it, or you can just literally buff it all over your face. This Mie Kabuki brush is not the softest brush, but it's one of the high performing brush. And by now my complexion looks completely even, so I'm gonna add a little bit of dimension. First, I'm going to use a highlighting powder from this custom brand. I think I'll be using shades like this. And I'm gonna use my finger because this is kind of creamy, and you'll be able to see this natural gleam on this area. And you may prefer something more prominent and blinding highlight, and this is way natural highlight than what you normally would. Use a fan brush to pick up the powder and just place it over your cheek. Place it over your cheek and literally rub it. Then this brush will polish your highlighting powder on your cheek to really get that blinding highlight. Maybe I can show you how it really appears to be. Place it over your cheekbone and then just rub it. And I can work a little bit more on my nose, the bridge of my nose, also my cupid's bow. And next, contour. Today I'm going to use this NARS Laguna bronzing powder. I'm going to start gently from side of my face, also up to my temple, just right on the cheekbone area, so it'll kind of reduce the size of your cheekbone to be looking more slim. And also don't forget, starting from the hairline and gradually you're blending it to the center of the face, and it'll blend less products as you work your way to the center of the face. So more product on the side of the face and less product on the center of the face. And also don't forget your ear, if you're doing ponytail especially, or buns. And also when you define your jawline here, work your way underneath your jawline. Not on the side, but down, below. Then you can really define and work your way down. And also, if you want to minimize the size of your jaw, then apply above. So the placement is certainly different from here to here. And make sure you're using a very large and forgiving brush. Let me just balance them together. I'm just going to apply this bronzing powder above my jaw. And next, a blush. So today I'm going to use this Laura Mercier cheek palette. I'm going to use this pink color. Pink is universal color for everybody. Duo-ended brush from Makeup Forever. I have contour powder here and here and highlighter here. So I'm going to apply this blush right in the middle. And also don't be afraid of using shimmering blush, because shimmering blush will give you more radiance. But if you're using a very chunky shimmering highlighting effect blush, then of course it'll actually mess your entire look. So you do use satin or lightly gleaming blush to achieve that radiant looking blush. And if your cheeks are glowing, it's kind of anti-aging, so don't be afraid of using shimmering blush. And what I like about this brush is that the one side is angled blush brush and the other side is flared cheek or face brush. So you can really further blend those edges by using this brush. It's very forgiving, very easy. And you can even do contour by using this side. And lastly, I'm gonna apply a little bit of hint of color above my hairline just to warm up this complexion, but you'll just really blend that away. And tip of my nose, not too much, also my chin. This mimics really healthy and warm looking skin without looking pale. And this is final look. I hope you enjoyed, and I really wish this video addresses your concern. to create flawless and healthy looking complexion. I'll be coming back for more tutorials, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching.